we were down 7 or 8 points in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter we were a little bit dead, and we kept getting stops, kept getting rebounds. We weren't scoring, but we kept getting stops, and all of a sudden Darrell Arthur hit a shot, and he hit another shot, and Zach makes an inside shot, and we eventually get the lead. And as we come down the stretch, they had the free throw, we had the free throws to make, and they made a big time play. We could have fouled in that instance with 3.2 seconds to go. We didn't, and they made the shot, and we came in overtime and just played well. I went back with Darrell in overtime. I started out with Mark, and I decided to go back with Darrell. Mark had set a long time, it was stiff, and it wasn't like we were going to be able to do much inside with Mark with Duncan on Mark, so we played it, spread the court a little bit, got in the paint, and Rudy Gay hit a big shot. Zach hit another big shot, and the two steals we got coming down the stretch to get us the lead. It just, we played hard-nosed defense and tough defense throughout the overtime, and we were just fortunate to get the win.
Coach, if you can talk about Darrell, in the fourth quarter, you even brought Mark to the scorer's table a couple times and then set him back. So you're sticking with Darrell, and just talk about what you got out of him and why he seemingly has so much success against the Spurs. Because this goes back like a couple years now.
Well, Darrell gave us perimeter shooting at the big spot. That really hurts the Spurs when you have a big that can shoot. Just like when they go small and put a forward, spreads the court a little bit, and Darrell did that, and they try to keep Mike out of the paint with two guys, and we throw back to Darrell, and he has a wide open shot. He made them tonight. He made them 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was, when we were in the playoffs against them, and that hurts their defense. Anything that you have to go guard away from the basket hurts your defense a little bit, especially when you're trying to stop penetration at the same time.
Lionel, can you talk about Rudy and obviously the big plays? Yes, he missed those free throws and then came back with some great plays, especially hitting that big shot. And obviously he's been under the spotlight a lot this week.
What spotlight is he doing?
Well, the trade talks. But can you talk about the performance and coming through with some big plays?
You call it all. He made a big shot. He got in the lane and he made a shot. He made a big block at the end and it got overturned. Unfortunately, we got penalized because it went straight to a jump ball at center court. But we were fortunate Darrell got the tip, and that was huge too. So Rudy's been outstanding, and the whole road trip and even tonight, he's just been very focused and playing outstanding basketball. I think what gets unnoticed and not talked about enough is Rudy's versatility. Everybody wants Rudy to score 30 and beat Kevin Durant and beat LeBron James, but Rudy Gay has versatility in terms of being able to defend better than either one of those guys, and rebound and run the court. He doesn't have to be the primary scorer. And with the post really clogged up by Mark and Zach most of the time, Rudy has to stay on the perimeter, even though he might have a favorable advantage because it's hard to put one of those bigs somewhere else or where they are. And he doesn't complain about he goes out and plays. And we appreciate his talent. We appreciate his effort.
Ask you one more thing. Last game, and a couple of times on the road trip, in the fourth quarter, it was a combination of Bayless and Conley. Tonight, it was Tony doing his thing defensively with Mike. Can you just talk about, Lionel, the challenges as a coach with the chess match that you have by looking at what you're going up against, what the situation presents, how it presents itself, and how you have to counter?
That's what coaching is. I mean, you come out and you have to see how the game is going. Like tonight, I could have very easily left Mark in overtime because Mark was a starter.
Right.
But I thought going the other way was the best way to go, and you have to make those decisions, and they understand it in there, and they want to win, so I have no problems. And on the road, we had a lot of favorable matchups. The Golden State played small, Phoenix played small, so it was easy to play the 2 point guards. But as I said before the game, it's hard to play those two guys and then try to rest one or the other. When they're both in the game all the time, you can get to the fourth quarter and do that, but you need one to be able to sit a little bit. And it's all about matchups. I had Wayne go for 26 in Phoenix, and then he played 5 minutes in Sacramento because the matchups weren't favorable. And it actually in Sacramento, and then in Golden State he only played 5 minutes. So it just happens, and that's why you have, 12-man team. That's why, the players have to allow you to coach, and I've been privileged to have a good group of guys that do allow me to make moves and make changes. It's not always easy for them, and it's not always easy for me, but we have to do what we have to do to try to win.
You talked earlier this morning about the importance of things like courage and toughness and heart and all that in pulling out close games. Was this an example?
This was definitely an example, and I told him when Tony Parker hit the three, I said, you have two ways to go. You can hold your head and feel sorry for yourself, or you can suck it up and go back and win the game again. And we got down, and we fought back, and we did win the game. And it was a good test of our mental toughness and our togetherness, because we did stick together. We kept operating efficiently offensively, and nobody really tried to go off on their own, and we got the win.
Anything else? Thank you.
All right.